position, I would like to first thank you for doing your yoga practice with me today. And the theme of this yoga practice is going to be open calm, where we're going to open up a lot of our muscles with breathing and a lot of calming exercises. Okay?
Okay.
Great. And one of the things I like to talk about too is any pose that we go into that you don't feel comfortable, it's like hurting you or it's not right, do not continue on. If you don't like something, don't do it. If it's hurting you, don't do it, because that's not what this yoga is about, okay? We're really just doing what our level is at all times, you know. And I always have a modification, you know, for something like that we're doing, and it's like, oh, I could do a little bit but not a lot. So just let me know and I'll stop and come and help you get into that pose, okay?
Okay.
All right. So are you in a comfortable position? Okay, so this is easy pose. Are your legs folded? Indian style?
Yeah, I'm sitting right there like this.
Okay. Cause you know, there's also, you could, you know, just bind your feet together like this. Whatever is the most comfortable for you, that's the pose I want you to do. That's what your easy pose is, okay?
Okay.
So, all right, we'll begin. We're gonna first start with a breathing exercise. And when you're breathing, I want you to inhale and fill your belly up, and exhale, I want your belly button touching your spine. And that's the way that we breathe in this practice, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna breathe in about 5 counts, pause, and then we're gonna exhale 5 counts. And we're gonna do that for a while because first we wanna regulate our breathing before we begin any of our moving, okay?
Okay.
All right, come on, let's go. Breathe in 5. Tilt your gaze up. You're breathing in light and love. Breathe in a lot of light. And exhale a lot of love. I want you to raise your arms up. Relax your arms again. And I want you to extend your legs in the front of you. And just point them forward. Still breathing. Straighten your back up. And get that air in. I want you to bend forward and touch your toes. Kind of fold as much as you can forward, but move from your hips and not your back. And you'll notice that on the exhale, it's easier to go down a little bit further. Now I want you to spread your legs open. And I want you to come down a little bit more into that same fold and kind of press your hands forward and hold that. And you spread your legs as far as you want or as less as you want. I just don't want any pain. I do want a little bit of discomfort, but not pain. And make sure your knees are facing upwards, not in. Still breathing for me? All right, come up. Put your legs back in front of you. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do the Sage Marichi pose, which is basically a twist. So I'm going to want you to take your left leg, bend your knee. Then I want you to take that knee, that foot, and put it over by your right knee. All right. Now I want you to take your right hand and put it behind you, but small of your back. And I want you to take your left hand and put it by your hip. And let's breathe there. Your gaze can be up, to the front, or to the back. Whatever feels good to you. Straighten that leg back out, come center. We're going to do the same thing with the right leg. Bend this right leg up, cross it over to your left knee. Take your left hand, put it behind you. Take your right hand and put it by your hip. And breathe. How are you feeling? Good. Your gaze, like I said, can be the front, side, or back. If you turn your gaze to the back, you're really detoxifying your organs because that's what all the twists are going to do. Come center, unlock the legs again. Breathe. And let's come to a standing position. Stand up with me.
Hey, Becca.
Hey, hola. All right. So we're going to go into our Warrior One. And the Warrior One, I just want to put your right leg in the front, your left leg behind you, and you're going to raise your arms up. And this is our Warrior One. Let's hold this and breathe. Breathe my 5 in. Now we're going to go in the chair, and all I'm going to want you to do is bring your left leg up, and I want you to dip back into that, lower your hips, and that's going to be our chair position. And breathe. And this pose, you're going to feel a lot of different places. Everybody's different. And now we're going to go into our Warrior One. On that right leg, push that right leg behind you. Yeah, dip in that. And it's a nice lunge that you're in. And hold it. You breathing for me? Come back up into chair. Come stand up, drop your arms. Now I want you to fold forward and touch your feet and put your hands on the mat, whichever one is comfortable for you. Come center, stand straight up. All right, now we're going to go into Warrior Two. And we're gonna start on our right leg. Our right leg's gonna stay up front. Our left leg is gonna go back, kind of on a little 45. And then we're gonna raise our arms like this. Now your gaze can be to the front or to the side, it's up to you. But your ankles should be stacked directly over your knee. And that back leg should be straight. Now I want you to take your left hand and I want you to drop it by your thigh. And I want you to raise your right hand up towards the ceiling and I want you to gaze at it. This is the reverse warrior 2. Come back into warrior 1 and warrior 2. Drop that hand and raise the other one up. All right. Come to the front of the mat with your other foot. And now we're going to leave our left foot in the front. We're going to take our left foot back and we're going to warrior 2 on the left. Ready? Come back with me. Get into your lunge and then raise your arms. Again, your gaze can be wherever you would like it, whatever feels comfortable to you. And now we're going to do the reverse. I want you to drop that arm and raise the front arm and gaze at it. With this pose, you get a lot of mobility in your spine and you are exercising your legs. All right, come back into your warrior 2. Come center, bring that foot up for me, back to the front. And I want you to fold down again. Come into the front foot fold. Come halfway up and breathe. Come back down. Come halfway up. And now I want you to spread your legs. And I want you to come all the way down again. And you can spread your legs as much as you like. And eventually with this pose, a modification is really being able to fold all the way down where your head is actually touching the ground, but that comes later. But right now, just feel that stretch in your back and down your legs. Still breathing for me? Okay, come up and now I want you to come down onto the mat and we're going to get into a tabletop position. And in the tabletop position, your knees are going to be stacked over your hips and your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are going to be aligned too. This is your tabletop, okay? Now we're going to do some cat and some cow. And the cat is when you dome your chest up, and the cow is when you lift your tail and lift your head. Okay? So let's do the cat first. Dome it and breathe. Your gaze should be at your knees. Come into the cow. Your gaze should be straight forward. Cat, cow. Now we're going to go into our child's pose and just simply lean back with your hips and keep your hands extended and have your head touch the mat and breathe. Now we're going to move into extended puppy, where you're going to raise up your tail, but you're going to extend your arms in front of you. Like so. Can you see me well? Okay, you hold that. All right, come back into child's pose. From child's pose, I'm going to want you to, we're going into the downward facing dog. I'm going to want you to curl your toes up, raise up on your exhale, and hold it. You see that? And you get into the move however you need to. As you do it more, it of course will become a little more fluid. But in the meantime, it's just about learning what the poses are and what your body can deal with. Because some things you can't do. If something's hurting you, if you can't do this down dog, that cat move is going to be perfect because it's still the same muscles, just not as many of the muscles. All right, now I'm going to want you to come down into a plank, touch the mat, and raise up from the mat into cobra. Come down, yeah. Raise on up, straighten those elbows out, yeah. Okay. Come back down onto the mat. Push yourself back into child's pose. Now, we're going to do that. We're going to go and raise into, curl your toes. We're going into downward dog again. Come on up. Come down into the plank. Get on that mat. Elbows raising. Press those elbows up. Raise up. Perfect. Okay. Come back up in the tabletop. Back into our seated position. Oof. And now we're going to go into our Savasana. Now, this is our cool down period where you can lay down, you can stay seated. I prefer to lay back, so I want you to recline and come on and lay on down. And you're now in the corpse pose. Your arms are beside you. Your legs are straight. And I want you to relax. I want you to relax your shoulders. I want you to relax your neck. I want you to relax your jaw. You should bring awareness to your fingers and your toes. And I want you to breathe that air into every muscle you just worked. And just relax and thank yourself for doing this for yourself today. Thank yourself for the light and the love that you give to everybody around you. Thank yourself for being wonderful and worthy. Thank yourself for being beautiful inside and out. And thank yourself for loving the Most High. You can spread your arms away from your body. Raise your knees up, bend your knees. And I want you to drop your knees to the right. Come center. And drop your knees to the left. Center. Straighten your legs back out. And relax. Do your hands feel heavy? Do your arms feel heavy? You feel nice and heavy because you're relaxing. Feel free to come to the sitting position. You can have your legs extended or folded. It's up to you. I want you to raise your arms up. You're breathing. Relax them again to your side. Raise them up again. Join your palms. Bring your palms center. Again, I'd like to thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Whew.
Yay. Thank you, Reza.
Thank you.